Okay, we're going to talk about how to add and subtract decimals. All right. One of the things we're going to look at is we're going to line up the decimals. All right. So we're going to line up the decimals and go from there. All right. That's pretty much the easy way. So I would even say option two. I mean, the best thing I can think of is turn the decimals to money. All right. So if you think of it as money, that helps a lot for people. So if you think turn it to money, $8.21 plus 15 cents. Most you can do that pretty much in your head. All right. But this one gets a little more complicated. 5.1245 minus negative 2.3. That gets really hard to turn that to money. But you can tell yourself like that's around $5.12 minus a negative $2.30. But this, if you line up the decimals, it does get sort of easy. 8.21. Put the decimal down here. 0.15. And then it's just adding. The decimal goes here. 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 plus 1 is 3. 8 plus 3 is 8. And there's my answer. Now, same idea here, right? The problem is, like, what do I do with the negatives? Because it's such a weird process. Well, again, go back to how you did negatives. Tick marks, number line, rules, all right, money, whatever it's going to be. If I owe someone 3 and I owe someone 12, what am I going to do? I'm going to keep owing them more. So I know my answer is going to be negative. All right? So since I do that, I know I'm going to keep more negative, and I'm just going to add them up. 3.57, 0.12. Again, I'm asking myself, am I adding these numbers or subtracting those numbers now? Again, it depends on the context, right? Negative 3.57 is on bottom. Negative 0.12 is on bottom. So I'm adding them together because they're all on the bottom. So I'm going to say 7 plus 2 is 9. 5 plus 1 is 6. 3. So it's negative 3.69. Again, if I owe someone $3.57 and I owe them 12 cents, I'm going to owe them more. And that's where that comes from. All right? So let's do this. Take about 1 minute and see if you can do, let's do 2 minutes. All right? So take about 2 minutes and see if you can do C and D. And let's have the wonderful alarm. Hillside. All right? So try that for 2 minutes. Hill. Hillside is such a funny little number. All right. Now, can I just tell you, sitting there for 2 minutes doing nothing is just mind-numbing for myself. So I'm sitting here doing nothing. I got up for a second, and I went to my table, and there was a cookie. So I tried the cookie, going, oh, look, that looks pretty good. There was coconut in it. It was horrible. I don't understand why people put coconut in anything. Ugh. All right. So when you look at this, when you see minus negative, same as always. Let's get rid of it. This is just 5.1245 plus 2.3. So 5.1245 plus 2.3. And I can add zeros to where I don't like. So 5, 4, 2, 4. That's my answer. Okay. Same idea here. I can change this to plus negative. So negative 4.25 and 1.5. Remember, two negatives. All right. Let's look number line. If I'm at negative 4.25 and I have another negative 1.5, and I have a negative 1.5, I'm going to go away from 0. So it's going to become more negative. So I add them up, and I get negative 5.75. Okay? Again, lots of questions. Ask me when you need to. But if you're like, how do I do this? I'm going to send you back to the videos. All right? So watch them over as many times as you need. They're, 6-7 minutes long. So don't stress out about it. You can fast forward through it if you want to just do a couple here and there. You don't have to watch the whole video. All right? Good luck.